I don't like it. Let's get into this.
Team's turn to ban.
So Yabneth, Ignis,
Team's turn
not
to
shocking
ban.
stuff. Oh, that audio is going to be annoying.
To ban.
Just going to turn it down. This sounds weird. I'll fix it after this match. Mina and Yorn. It's odd. I haven't seen a Yorn ban, I think, since the PVL started. Just keeping it fresh. Malak is out. And Crickneck. First pick is to Vanguard, and they are going to pick, come on, be somebody interesting. Give me a weird Murad pick. Marja. I can dig Marja. Lindis and a net. We've seen Vader play a net quite a few times. He typically does really, really well. But, you know, it's all about how the team comes together. So it'll be interesting to see what the rest of the picks are to kind of build around what they have. Crushed and Valheim on Vanguard. And I like the Roxy pick. Roxy's been really, really, really active and ranked. A lot of people jumping on the Roxy boat since they adjusted her, which is nice. I mean, she's a strong character. I think the adjustment kind of made her a lot more viable rather than just a character that just runs in circles and never dies. And finishing off the team for Vanguard is going to be Zephys and Arduin. So we've got a Crush tank, Arduin off tank, Zephys. He's tanky, but he's going to be their jungle. We got a Valheim marksman and Marja on the Slayer lane. On ATF, we've got Roxy, who probably will be their main tank. Gilder can, but I expect Gilder to be kind of on the side lane. This should be interesting. That's a I'll just go with interesting team composition. Gilder kind of good bit of CC on the one team. It'll be interesting to see how VG kind of copes with that. But the question is, can they slow down the Lindis? I mean, Zephys has a pretty strong clear time for jungle, but Lindis is just way up there. That audio thing is just going to annoy the crap out of me. And we're paused. The wait will never end. Alright, we may or may not be starting the match now. Valheim just chilling in the mid. It's an interesting choice. He's got some help. The Annette just kind of looks like maybe going to try to steal it, but was not able to. Zephys just has a lot of potential to do damage, especially early game in the jungle. So you have to time it really well to really make any pushes on that. Tooth on the Roxy kind of clashing with the Crest and the Arduin. Both tanks bottom. We got Gilder up top, just kind of by himself, not really getting any pushback. Lindis just clearing jungle with really no pushback there either. VG's probably not worried about it this early in the match, simply because, I mean, the minions, I mean, you're not going to lose a tower to first wave. It's just not going to happen. If all 5 of their guys at level 1 rushed a tower and you had no one there, they're still probably not going to be able to take it. But turns out Frost on the Gilder does get the kill on that Arduin, and they've got minions just steady moving to that tower. Komodo on Lindis, already level 4, moving back in. We got a little bit of heat around the Dragon. Toothpick just really being annoying on the Roxy. Incarnate just trying to push him back. Marja has the ability to do that without any specific skills that perform that action. She can make it happen. Roxy goes down. That Marja slow, really a problem. Anytime you get stuck in that. And the Dragon does go down for Vanguard, and they're going to take that opportunity to push into the ATF jungle. They don't get it, but they're really just slowing the Lindis down, which is not a bad idea. I mean, that's what you want to do, especially on somebody that is as good at Lindis as Komodo. That's really going to put them in a bad. Yeah, well, Kresh was able to get away, but that was questionable. Annette just doing cold-blooded stuff. She isn't able to steal it, but just basically being annoying and just throwing them off their game, which is exactly where you want them to be. Minions are down. Well, this minion, he's just rolling by himself. Roxy is back, just checking the zone in the river. You know, Marja just continuing to clear wave, kind of getting Roxy in a bad position. Is not able to get the kill, but just ultimately just being annoying. In mid, Crest and Valheim, they're not pushing too hard, but they're just maintaining waves. Wait, does this Gilder skin throw beach balls? Is that what I just saw? That was great. Crest and Valheim. Looks like they're getting ready to try to push, but Lindis jumps in and just causing general issues. They're taking the Spirit Sentinel, but they've got some pushback, and that now they are able to get the Spirit Sentinel. There's a lot of guys from the red team looks like positioning, getting ready for something. They move down toward the abyssal. They're just gonna let Roxy take it and just keep range, so that there's really no threat. Now they're gonna push in this crushed ults, and they're pushing back. They're pushing back pretty hard. Marja with that slow, kind of causing problems. Nearly dies in the process. Crushed almost dead as well. He does go down. So that's finally not a lot of kills so far, but a lot of work to try to get the 3 deaths that are there. Roxy back pushing wave. Marja is hurt bad, which with her range and her slow, it's probably not a bad idea. She gets a lot of life steal from her abilities, so she can probably just rebuild it back. So she's just going to maintain waves. Up top, not much going on. But they are in the red jungle. And he's probably, unless somebody's able to get there and change this, they're going to get the buff. They don't get the buff. He did get the buff. Anyway, we got 3 moving in on the 2 in mid. Crest does not have his ult up, so they are in a good position, but he is able to get back to the tower in time. Seems like that tower is not going to offer that much protection because it's essentially dead. All it's going to take is a couple of hits. He does throw beach balls. That's great. Gilder just being annoying. He's got both tanks up top, which kind of puts the rest of the team in a bad position. Valheim by himself going to get wrecked unless he is able to get away. A little help from Zephys, which is always nice. And they're going to rotate back to the dragon. They're going to be able to take the dragon uncontested. They're still working on that red buff. And ATF does take the dragon for the second time. That's 3 dragons down. We're at 7 minutes and 20 seconds. A lot of focus on objectives. Meanwhile, this Gilder thing up top. Zephys goes down. That Lindis is just pumping out damage. And that's exactly what VG absolutely did not want. Is Lindis fed? I mean, not really fed, I guess, but I mean, well, you take the dragons into account. That's pretty well up. Levels really are very much in the favor of the ATF side. Gilder probably going down this time. Valheim moving in. He is able to get away, which is surprising. And Annette just keeping the zone, trying to keep everybody pushed back and just generate vision in that side of the jungle. Roxy's sort of doing the same bottom, but also just maintaining that lane. Roxy's in a lot of trouble though. Just does not, yeah. I would not still be in there. And Arduin is going to go down. They're going to take this tower as well with no pushback. Yeah. And Zephys just rolls back. Annette just doing a great job of just creating, not really pressure, but just, like I said, creating that zone between the team and the other team. Just that divider is a huge benefit because you know that no one's coming, so you can just focus. You can blow more abilities and not have to worry about having abilities to respond. It gives you a little bit more time. They are able to take the red bottom tower. It looks like red is moving into the second tower in mid. Arduin taking a lot of damage. Ends up keeping everybody else alive though, and that's going to put Lindis in a really bad spot. But she's got her team surrounding her, And she does not go down. Valheim barely makes it out. And Kresh in a lot of trouble. Kresh does go down. Marja just backs off. Just doesn't. I mean, there's nothing you can do there. Not by yourself. Valheim, Marja. And now they're just clearing the jungle. Just pushing waves forward. Roxy looks like she's in jungle. The enraged Abyssal is up. So I expect that we're going to see some objectives coming soon. Gilder looked like he was a little low on mana, so he rolls back. And we got a 4-man group from VG moving up mid. Are they going to push? They don't have any minions, but I think they're just ready for a team fight to move in their direction. Lindis quickly jumps in, gets the enraged Abyssal, and they're going to push forward now. Best thing for VG would be to probably just back out, group up around the towers, but they may not be able to make it there. Kresh goes down, Zephys goes down. These guys are in bad. Yeah, oh man, yeah, Marja goes down. That Arduin really didn't have much of a chance. They're going to be able to push these minions into the high ground tower. And it looks like Gilder. I thought Gilder was going down, but he's just going to tank. Looks like he's just going to tank the core. Yeah, they're not going to wait it. They're just going to clean it up from there. That's it's going to be 1 up for ATF. Komodo, just damage wise. Yeah. So prepare yourself for a Lindis ban, which will be coming directly. Gonna get this second lobby set up. Man, this green screen, just something else. Yep. So that was faster than expected. ATF going to be on the left-hand side. Yeah, I know. I'm going to have to change the name of the stream at the end. Yeah, actually, when I watch Twitch, I do it all on my Apple TV, and it's way better. But you can't talk. Xbox, I'm sure, is probably the better option there. But I don't know, man. It's definitely better on a big TV. I will be right back and run to the bathroom. And I'll be right. Alright. I did not fix the audio. I'm doing a terrible job. Alright. So, bans. Let's see how everything changes. Surprised to see ATF banning Cricknack. Because I feel like that's a strong pick for their own team. But, I mean, after... I guess I know these players a little better than I know the other teams. So, Cricknack probably not the best option. Ignis... I would say Ignis would be a great option because Komodo... Was it Komodo? Yeah. Yeah, I think it was Komodo on Ignis was an absolute nightmare. I think it was 2 weeks ago. It was impressive. It was the first week after the patch. So Arum, that was not my expectation. And they take Roxy anyway. Huh. Is the only change going to be the Lindis? So we're going to see a Violet rather than a Lindis, I guess. But probably the same. Yeah. Come on. Give us the Annette. We know it's coming. Arduin. Are we going to see an Arduin? Or Mina? I do like the Mina pick. I think that's really going to be more beneficial overall, at least in team comp or in team fights. And we're rocking the Gilder again. Nice little change with the Genar, so that should be a nice one to throw in. And Slims. Fennec Slims? Fennec Slims? Fennec Slims? Fennec. Alright. So, Team 2 team builds. They started out really similar. Still fairly similar. 3 of the 5 characters on both teams are the same. So they felt confident with those. They just had to make some minor adjustments. And ATF put Ninja in. Even though we love Yuri. We need more Yuri in our lives. But just glad that everybody's here. The waiting. I don't like it. And you guys shouldn't have to wait. I have a weird audio delay that is driving me crazy. Alright, so we're gonna see Roxy again. Roxy, Annette, and Gilder. All of which were pretty in tune with what they needed to do. Komodo still in the jungle, still going to be rolling around, but not on Lindis. Going to do so on Violet. And we've got Genar mid. On Vanguard, we have Mina, which, oh well, legendary Mina, so that should be a good sign. Liliana, who is a strong character. Crushed is crushed. I'm curious to see how the Fennec, like what changes there. Should be interesting. I really like playing with people using Fennec. but I do not personally play Fennec. But he can pump out some damage. And looks like we're rolling into winter. And still rocking that sweet Gilder skin. But my daughter pointed out the other day that it's okay to use the Christmas skins now. Like it just bothers me as a person, people using Christmas skins when it's like April. But I think it's okay to do it now. Alright, we are good to go. So we're going to roll in, get situated. And let's see how it comes together in match number 2. Vanguard coming down. Looks like they may invade. They're going to grab Gilder. Got Violet right there. That's 4-on-4. Annette not in a great spot. Going to take some damage. And they just they're chasing Annette down. Not a lot of backup from the team, which is odd, but people clearing waves, except for top and bottom. Roxy about to die, probably gonna die. Roxy does go down, so there's that. But it looks like that after that one kill, everybody's gonna kind of shift away and move into positions. Now I will say a lot of people in ranked have been playing Mina in the side lane. I do not understand Mina in the side lane, or in the solo lane. I definitely don't understand Marja. I'm just confused in general. Looks like everybody's dedicated to the Slayer being on the bottom. It's just weird. Just weird. Crest versus Gilder up top. We got Fennec, looks like. Gonna move down and kind of jump on him. Mina. Not really sure what Mina's doing. But the blue team is gonna jump in on the Abyssal, take it out. Huh. We do have 2 up top, Crest and the jungle, kind of moving, pushing this tower in on Gilder. Gilder clearing him pretty fast. Tower doesn't take any damage, I don't think. Annette just trying to keep vision, but Mina is really causing her some issues as far as her mobility and getting around, because Mina's already there, or, you know, vice versa. But they're neither of them able to really get around the way that they did last game. And Annette caught in a really bad spot. She is going to go down. There's no way she's going to live. Somehow she does. I don't know. I was really shocked that the Liliana ult didn't get her. Komodo again. Komodo in the jungle is definitely a pain. And he's really supporting his team. Marja can get away from anything, so she should be fine. She's level 5. She's got her ult, so I mean she could escape. I don't know that. She's probably just trying to get some damage out and just force them out. Meanwhile, mid, Jinnar in an okay spot. Mina missed her hook, so I expect that Jinnar is just going to keep clearing waves. We got 2 moving up top. Annette, Gilder versus 4 versus the whole team. Jinnar jumps in, tries to create some kind of damage, does take down the Fennec. Crush still in his ult. He's going to be able to take a lot of damage. He's out now, so they're not in the best shape. They're hurt, but that crushed bubble does definitely help on the escape. Mina Crush just not ready to let that stop. I really expected them to go back in the way that they were moving back down, but they did not. Violet, Roxy in a lot of trouble, and they're gonna live. Roxy goes down. Violet, yeah, that's what should have happened. And now they rotate right into the Abyssal, so that's gonna be a big win for Vanguard. They get 2 kills, they get a dragon, and that's gonna put them in much better shape. They were, it looks like, a little bit behind in gold, but they've caught up pretty much just from that, and that's going to put them in position to kind of push forward. It also puts Violet behind in her jungle. Looks like Gilder, taking a lot of damage, is going to go down. Yeah, that really good timing on that Crushed ult. That Gilder would have gotten away had the Crush not ulted at that exact time. Annette creates a zone. Violet just rolling in, just trying to get some damage out. Crush knew that his ult was about to wear off, and they just bounce out. Violet definitely not ready to let this go. Doesn't get the Sentinel. And Vanguard on a nice little push right now. They've got everything rolling in their direction except for this mid tower. The Roxy trying to just take all the damage. Jennar jumps in. Nothing really working in the favor of the blue team. And VG holds that tower up. That was a nice defense from the red team. Marja moves over, clears that wave. Those waves. Got a lot of potential for... Oh, nice job by Annette. And Violet really not taking advantage of it. And Annette goes down. That was not ideal from the Violet. But a really good job from VG. They were able to minimize quite a bit of what could happen. And meanwhile, the Abyssal Dragon is going down. That Marja tried to get close, but was not able to get close at all. There's just too much damage and too much health in that stack of people. Marja gets away. I love her. Meanwhile, Gilder ready to take that Crest out, but he has no idea what's happening right now. He gets jumped. Annette tries to push him back, and Gilder just jumps right in. He's trying to get away desperately, but they're just bringing him in hard, and that Mina, great hook, just brings him right back. Violet shows up, maybe a little late, but the Crest is hurt bad. He's going to try to... Yeah, that Jennar, nice ult on the Jennar. They are able to take 2 of them down. Crest does get away. Or does he? He does get away. Liliana doing her best to just keep that tower alive, but she's not going to be able to do it. There's no way. And look at the damage of that tower. Violet by herself effectively takes that tower down. Liliana just doing her best with damage control. That top lane is pushing hard. Roxy is just really wrecking it on bottom and mid lane. She's going to move in, try to get that Liliana, is not able to do so. Annette in bad shape. We got looks like that Mina's ready to go in, and Jennar just melts her like butter. Roxy gets the kill. Looks like we're at 9 minutes and 12 seconds. and everybody's fighting like this has been a 40-minute match. And these guys are ready to make it happen. Gold very close. ATF slightly up, but not substantially. Kills are pretty much, I mean, everything's pretty close. Roxy bottom just absolutely annoying the crap out of this Marja. But Roxy gets caught in a bad spot. Jennar pushes him back. Annette trying her best to create that zone, but not able to do so really. Annette's going to go down. Roxy's in bad shape too. I don't see this working out. It's a double kill from Marja. It could have been 3. Man, that Marja is lit up right now. The Abyssal Dragon goes enraged at 10 minutes, and he's just going down so fast. Violet just absolutely wrecking it. Tooth in a lot of trouble on Roxy because his health was so low, but they were able to get it down really, really fast. Now we rotate back up. We got all the level 1 towers down on the red side. Red has done a really good job as far as kills and pretty good job on objectives as well, but they just have not been able to push the towers. Mina throws her ult down, nearly dies in the process. Fennec just looks like Fennec just suicided. Oh man, Marja gets melted fast. And they're going to take that high ground tower as well. Jennar, I'm really shocked Jennar was able to get away. That Crest is all over it, doing everything he can. But there's a huge separation between the team. Mina trying her best, but they're just getting taken out. Their damage is just dead. And this Liliana is not able to stop it either. Walked right into the Roxy fire, and that's going to be game 2. So that is ATF versus Vanguard eSports. That Violet again, just with an insane amount of damage, did twice as much damage as the number 2. Number 2, it looks like, was Liliana, did 51k. Violet did almost 100k. 40% of the team's damage. Craziness. Craziness.